Hello everyone, my name is Chandini and I am a student at Clinosol Research Private Limited. Today we are going to talk about decentralized clinical trials, the future of clinical trials. Coming to contents, these are the topics covered in my presentation. What is a clinical trial, decentralized clinical trials, clinical trial designs, workflow, differences, advantages, challenges, and conclusion. Before getting into the topic, let us have a look on what is a clinical trial. According to ICH Good Clinical Practices, a clinical trial is any research or study on human subjects that involves an investigational medicinal product. An investigational medicinal product may be a new drug or a medical device. For example, pacemakers which are implanted in chest to control heartbeat. Clinical trials are the research studies performed in people to evaluate the outcome of new tests and treatments. Now, our next question is, why are clinical trials important? We need clinical trials to discover new treatments for already existing diseases and to detect, diagnose, and reduce the chance of developing the disease. Clinical trials can show researchers what does and does not work in humans. There are 4 phases in clinical trials. Phase 1, Human Pharmacology Trials. Phase 2, Therapeutic Exploratory Trials. Phase 3, Therapeutic Confirmatory Trials. Phase 4, Post-Marketing Surveillance. Now let us discuss about the phases in clinical trials. In Phase 1 clinical trials, the subjects involved are around 20 to 80. Phase 1 is conducted to evaluate the safety of the drug and to determine the safe dosage. After completion of Phase 1, the data is submitted to the Food Drug Administration, who will then review the data, and only after getting approval from Food Drug Administration, the Phase 1 clinical trial moves to the next stage, that is Phase 2. In Phase 2, the subjects involved are 100 to 300. This phase is conducted to test the effectiveness of the drug and to assess further safety of the drug. In Phase 3, the number of subjects involved are 1000 to 3000. This phase is conducted to confirm effectiveness and to monitor side effects and to compare the drug to other treatments to find out whether the new treatment is effective than the current standard one. Then, application for FDA approval is submitted. After completion of each phase, the data is submitted to the Food Drug Administration. Only after getting approval, the clinical trials moves to the next phase. Coming to Phase 4, Post-Marketing Surveillance. As the name itself says, this phase happens after a product is released into the market. This phase provides additional information including risks and benefits. This phase is conducted by the physicians. This phase is conducted on large population with the disease using real-time data. There is one more phase called Phase 0, which can otherwise be called as microdosing. In this phase, very small amount of drug is administered in the human body to check whether the drug is behaving the same as it is tested in the animals in the preclinical studies. Clinical trials are usually conducted at locations such as hospitals and medical colleges, to which the trial subject has to visit for assessments and tests. As we all know, COVID-19 has disrupted many clinical trials, so during these tough times, decentralized clinical trials started coming into shape. Now let us see what exactly a decentralized clinical trial means. Decentralized clinical trials are defined as studies executed through telemedicine and mobile or local healthcare providers using processes and technologies differing from the traditional clinical trial model. We can say it is a patient-centric approach addressing various patient needs where a participant does not have to attend the investigation site, but still the trial can be conducted by adopting virtual interactions between the physicians and participants to provide care while maintaining social distancing. It is also called direct-to-participant trials or virtual studies. They were launched in December 2020. These trials show less dependence on traditional research facilities or intermediaries for data collection. It is a method of collecting data from trial participants which takes full advantage of technologies like telemedicine, electronic health records, sensory based technologies, real time video conferencing, smartphone health applications, wearable health monitoring medical devices, and many more advanced technologies. Now that we have got an idea on what exactly a decentralized clinical trial is, let's see the study designs involved in a clinical trial. We have three types of clinical trial designs. They are decentralized, hybrid, and centralized. Decentralized clinical trials. As we have just discussed, they are virtually conducted using advanced tools and technologies by delivering the investigational drug to home. These are less complicated procedures. In this procedure, the trial subject does not have to visit the site. Hybrid design. As the name itself says, it is hybrid. This design is conducted through some on-site visits and some off-site visits whenever required. These are less complex procedures but requires in-person visits. Centralized trial design is the traditional method. It is conducted at research site. Complex procedures that require in-person visits. This is the workflow in which a decentralized clinical trial is conducted. The trial is advertised on social media apps like WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, highlighting the benefits of participating and eligibility criteria. And then, volunteers who are interested to take part in a trial contacts the respective members from the trial team, and patient recruitment is done using virtual mode only. As the trial subject has the right to know about what he or she is going through during a clinical trial, the clinical research coordinators explains the potential risks and benefits of participating in the trial. If the subject is not from life science background, we have to teach him the protocol, duration, frequency, and etc. and anything that need to be followed at home. The clinical trial team has to ensure that the subject is fully informed and his participation is completely voluntary. An informed consent form is sent to the participant in language which is understood well by the trial participant. Subject can sign the informed consent form only after fully understanding the protocol. Once the subject confirms his or her participation in the trial through e-consent form, the e-consent form should be approved by Independent Ethics Committee and Institutional Review Board. After getting approval, the drugs and wearable devices to detect the body responses were delivered to participants' home. Principal investigator stays in contact with the participant through video conferencing and explains the participant how and when to use the drugs and operation of wearable devices. Principal investigator has to conduct virtual meetings every now and then to collect information from the participants. Remote nurse visits are carried out to check on the participant's condition and to administer the investigational medicinal product and providing training to the trial participant on how to administer the investigational medicinal product, and they have to ensure proper storage of the medicinal product. The trial sponsor collaborates with the local labs, so blood and urine samples of the participant were collected by the local labs. The sample data is then sent directly to the sponsor. Sponsor is the company or organization which is conducting the clinical trial. As the participant uses smartphone health applications and wearable devices, body responses recorded by the sensors and wearable devices are directly sent to the sponsor's database, from where the principal investigator receives the data and conducts the clinical trial. Coming to next slide, this is a pictorial representation of decentralized clinical trial. We'll just have a quick look on how a decentralized clinical trial is conducted. Participant stays at home and does not require to visit the location where the clinical trial is being conducted. Recruitment of the participant is conducted through web, and virtual PI stays in contact with the participant through video conferencing, and the investigational drugs and devices were sent to the participant's home, from where the samples are collected by the local labs, and remote nurse visits regularly to check up on the patient, body responses were detected by the sensors and wearable devices and smartphone health applications and is sent directly to the database from where the principal investigator collects the information and carries out the clinical trial. Coming to the differences between a traditional clinical trial and a decentralized clinical trial. In a traditional clinical trial, participant must visit the site. He has no other option left. But whereas in decentralized clinical trial, the participant can stay at his home in his own comfort zone without visiting the site. In the traditional design, drug supplies are present at the clinic, so the patient have to visit the clinic to collect the drugs. Whereas in a decentralized clinical trial, the drug supplies are delivered to the participant's home. In a traditional clinical trial, procedures are carried out at the site only, whereas in a decentralized clinical trial, procedures are carried out at participants' home by healthcare providers. In a traditional clinical trial, the participant can interact with the principal investigator in person, whereas in decentralized, principal investigator contacts the participant virtually. In the traditional design, samples were collected at the site, whereas in decentralized, local labs come to participants' home to collect samples like blood and urine. In the traditional design, documentations are manually processed, whereas in decentralized, documents are digitally processed through applications. And in a centralized clinical trial, vitals are manually recorded, whereas in decentralized clinical trial, vitals are recorded through sensors and wearable devices and mobile apps. These are some of the differences between the traditional centralized clinical trial design and decentralized clinical trial. Decentralized clinical trials offer many advantages over the traditional method. Some of the advantages are improved participant convenience and experience, and access to wider, more diverse pool of participants. Patients who are physically challenged can also participate in the clinical trial. Increased recruitment, engagement, and retention of participants. And as the decentralized clinical trial does not require in-person visits, it decreases the time, travel, and financial burden on trial participants. The data is collected efficiently from time to time, and the dropout rate of the trial participants is also reduced. Cost of the study is also reduced. These are some of the advantages offered by decentralized clinical trials, but still, the participant have to visit the facility in case of major medical equipment requirement like X-rays, magnetic imaging, etc. Now let us have a look at the challenges offered by decentralized clinical trials. The major challenge is inconsistent standards and guidelines which are provided for traditional clinical trial. The sponsor have to ensure that the decentralized clinical trial is performed in compliance with good clinical practices. Clinical trial regulations have not kept pace with the digital tools. That means investigator must develop new procedures for decentralized environment by creating and adopting new quality management systems. One more challenge is the sponsor have to provide additional training to inexperienced research staff like home health nurses and healthcare providers who have to visit the participant. Coming to virtual communication of study information to participants, it is difficult to know whether the patient is actively listening and understood what the investigators has said. And next, maintenance of delegation of authority. Delegation of authority is nothing but the authority obtained from another to perform a particular task. In simple words, we can say it is assigning the work to staff members. Increased frequency of safety monitoring and remote monitoring access as the participant is not under direct monitoring. And data security, privacy, and patient confidentiality are of major concerns. In order to test new technologies and processes, the sponsor has to invest huge amount initially. As huge volume of data is collected, additional data management tools and technologies should be used to accommodate non-traditional data collection methods, data transfer, and archival of the data collected. These are the challenges posed by decentralized clinical trials. Now, coming to the conclusion, Although COVID 19 has improved the adoption of decentralized clinical trials, decentralized clinical trials can offer better patient centric approach and uses advanced technologies and virtual tools which are now easily accessible. But still, sponsors and sites play a key role in the study design, planning, implementation, compliance, and oversight of the trial. I hope this session was helpful. Thank you. And I would like to thank Clinozole for giving me this wonderful opportunity.